Were they Persian, Arabian?
Whatever they look like to you, man. Like, take a wild guess. Yeah, so here we are in Crusader Kings 3. Uh, I'm here with Joe, my good friend.
Dylan?
Yeah, hey. And you may remember us from that one time that we were awful, awful human pieces of trash in England in CK2 and just worshipped Satan and did a bunch of other terrible things. But here we are in CK3, the sequel, and hoping to get some good memes out of this run as well. Unlike last time, Joe has actually played a little bit of CK3. You were a Viking and killed some of your old countrymen, if I'm correct.
Yeah, didn't go too well. Ended up losing most of my land because I overextended into enemy territory, but it was an experience at least.
Yeah, yeah, you got like the basic mechanics, you got a little bit of
Yeah.
experience with it. So, I don't know, maybe through what we do here, and we're gonna do it like pretty much the same way as last time, where I'm controlling the game, Joe is gonna be making the decisions. But we're about as far from the British Isles as we can possibly be, because we are we are in the heart of Sub-Saharan Africa in this playthrough, in the lovely High Chiefdom of Benin. All right, so we are one of, as you can see, many, many tribes that are all kind of independent, disconnected, not under a single leader. I guess the biggest kingdom around here is the King of Ghana, and but besides that, everyone's really split up around here. But that's just the perfect opportunity for a single warlord to rise up above the rest. So let's go through our character, go through our religion, see what our starting situation is here. We are Ajapada Henmihen of Benin. We are a 61-year-old high chief. So we're not going to live for very long, but and we're actually a pretty decent character. We specialize in intrigue and skullduggery. I've already set up a couple of plots that will hopefully benefit us, though we have to live long enough to see the end of them, so kind of up in the air as to whether that happens. We only have a single son, which is good. It means our lands won't get split up when we die. I'm not planning on having any more kids at 61. That sounds like it would be a bad idea.
We
Um,
don't have a spouse even.
yeah,
We don't talk about our wife.
yeah, yeah. We don't talk about what happened to him. So speaking of our son, Arun Mian here, he's 27 years old, and pretty freaking awful actually.
Oh.
We raised him in intrigue, but he didn't come out very well at it. He's got half decent diplomacy, but nothing else. So we're gonna have to work around that. He's pretty bad. Our religion, we are the Orisa religion. Good Overwatch reference there, CK devs. You thought I wouldn't catch that. It's
Yeah.
definitely not that. Orisa, the character, was based off the religion of this place. Haha. Anyway,
No,
and
we're in modern day Nigeria, right? That's I'm looking
um,
at a map, but I
yeah,
think it is. I think it
we're on
is.
like
I'm
the
like 80%
yeah,
sure.
because I mean this is the Niger River like spilling out into the sea here, so
Oh,
you're
okay, then
probably
yeah, that's
right.
a
Yeah,
good hint.
yeah. These are just basically the laws of our society as determined by our religion. So there's a lot that goes into this. But the major interesting ones are that we have equal men and women are equal in this religion. So we can make women commanders, we can make them knights, they can be landowning, they can have property and be priests and such. So that's actually going to be a major difference from a lot of the religions at this time period. Where
Yeah, what fake religion is this where women have rights in like the what are we the thousands right here?
well,
No, we're
a lot of these African tribes were matriarchal to begin with. So this is probably like a leftover
really.
from that. Like that's actually kind of bad, which
Jeez.
means
Huh.
our lands won't just be split between our sons, they'll be split between our daughters as well. So that's
Oh
actually kind of bad. Yeah.
god.
But, that's just another fun thing to deal with. But the other reason I brought up religion is because our first challenge here, which was given to us by another of our friends who's not here today, is to reform our religion into one specifically with create an anarcho-primitivist version of the religion. And we'll get to that when we have the ability. But just for now, we need to reform the Orisa faith. And to do that, we need 3 Orisa holy sites and a lot of piety. And we can reduce that piety cost later with some choices we can take on our character. So just for right now, to see what we need for the holy sites, we actually have one right across the river here that we could potentially take. And then the others are going to be farther west. So the closest ones are going to be here at Igbo, Ife, and then Bono, probably, unless we see an opportunity to go north. But probably we're going to stay in the south because if we wanted to create an empire, the easiest one to create is the Empire of Guinea, which we start in. And so that's going to be more of this southern coast. So we're probably going to stick around here for the time being because that's where we can centralize our power. I was looking around trying... well, fun fact, we have the weakest military right now of everyone around us by like a lot. Like we are half as strong as most of these other places, so decent chance we just get conquered right away. But I've put some things in motion that will hopefully prevent that. As we're a schemer, I decided to use our first character's rapidly dwindling life as the opportunity to use those skills. So some of these tribal chiefs over here, none of them have kids yet. This guy does, but the thing is, all of us trace our lineage back to the same common ancestor, like very, very distantly. So the way inheritance works, because they don't have any kids and no other real living relatives, if either of these guys dies, in this case we have to kill this guy and his son, these lands will be inherited by us. We're the closest living relative, even though it's
Wow.
extremely distant. Yeah, that was actually a
Yeah.
big surprise when I looked into it. I was like, oh man, so that's how we do it. So we're
Yeah.
distantly related to these guys. So I have plots going
Alright.
to murder both of them. Once this guy dies, we immediately get this land, and he's got 1140 troops, so that'll actually be very
Okay.
good for us.
Nice. So we
And then
can
what I'm thinking
get
is
a
we
chunk.
take over Ife,
Okay.
and so that
Yeah, and
we connect our lands.
yeah, we want to do it stealthily to begin with, though. Don't no one get any wise
Yeah, I'm
ideas.
not going to declare any wars that I'm not absolutely sure we're going to win. Oh, and one more interesting thing has absolutely nothing to do with gameplay, doesn't really help us at all, but we have a character in our court who is 220 years old. She's our great-great-grandmother. This is
Okay.
like, yeah,
Okay.
this is confirmed to be a bug, and like a patch was actually released a few days ago where they patched her out of this start date. She's so old that she's here in both 867 and 1066. So they were like, it was probably a bug. Yeah, so she's a young woman in 867, and she's 220 years old in 1066, which is when we're starting. But I just
Yeah.
thought that was kind of cool.
We'll just leave that up to proof that
She's
God
probably gonna
exists.
die like in the first
Yeah,
day after I
probably.
unpause. Just her health value is probably so low, but kind of interesting that we got to see that before it got patched out, because this save was before the patch was made. Is there anything
Wow,
else?
this music's good. Wow.
If you ever recognize the music, let me know.
I don't. This is a jam though.
Yeah, I have a mod that it's bardcore, so it's medieval themed versions of modern day songs.
Wow, this is cool.
Yeah. All right, I guess that's it. We can unpause, and I've set up some marriages. We're gonna see those coming through. Like I found a wife for our son that will hopefully be a good ally, and some other things. So let's just unpause. All right, so I married off our son to this guy who rules, he's the chief of Bono over here. He's got 1,300 troops, and he is kind of far away, but if we do get declared war on, like, hopefully he can send people over and they'll get here in time to help. So I changed around a bunch of our perks that we started with. We were basically full down the seducer tree, which is not very good for what we need to do. So once per lifetime, you can reset your perks. So I put them all into schemer so that I would be better at doing those assassinations that I set up, but that does give you a bunch of stress, so we're gonna have to deal with that. So recently I feel like I am not worthy of the high chiefdom of Benin. Do other rulers doubt themselves as I doubt myself? I try to be a good noble Ajapata, but I am simply too craven to act as bravely as others of my station, and it seems like my subjects notice constantly. Damn this universe for raising one as so poor as me to such heights. So we're stressed out. It's reducing our fertility, but it doesn't matter for us. At least we're not getting any health benefits, health loss from that. So we can take reclusive, which reduces diplomacy and stewardship. Inappetitic, which reduces diplomacy and our fighting skill. Or we can just eat the stress and just carry on. I think inappetitic is actually good. We're not going to be fighting anyway. One diplomacy really isn't that bad. And it'll help us deal with our stress that we have so it doesn't get any higher. So I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I
should
don't
go
want to
with
get
that.
more stressed out. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that one.
So we're just gonna like stop eating. So that song was actually Up All Night to Get Lucky by Daft Punk. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
you reckon.
realized towards
Yeah,
the end that
yeah,
was actually really cool.
yeah. All right, so this is for one of our assassinations. The serving staff of a court is often conveniently overlooked as they overhear conversation. Whoa, Borgu just got really big. Were they always that big? Huh. Clean up, move unnoticed through the hallways. This is also the case at my acquaintance Nana Olumide's court, which presents an opportunity. Oh, so we're so good at scheming that we can just do this for free at no cost. So we're gonna
Oh.
use the servants to get information to our agents. Informants could give me valuable information, but they are also amateurs with all the risks that implies. So plus 10 scheme power, minus 5 secrecy, plus 10 scheme success chance. I think it's worth it.
Yep,
Because we
let's
do
do
need
it.
those. We do need those boosts for this guy. This guy is gonna die really easily. Apparently, people, like a bunch of people in his court, hate him and are just willing to help us. But we need some help for this one, so we're gonna take the risk of the informants on that one. It is a well-known fact that courtiers will scheme and plot, but I may be able to use this to my advantage. If I can keep my courtiers suspicious of each other and distracted from infighting, they will not have the time or resources to scheme against me. So we have it's kind of a roughly 50-50 split chance to gain some intrigue experience toward our next perk and make our courtiers hate each other so that they won't dislike us, but we could lose prestige from it. Or we could place spies among them and get resistance to people who are scheming against us, just so that we're safe.
I say we play some spies among them. Try and
Yeah.
keep this character going a little longer. Play it safe for now.
Are these fuckers coming to raid us? They are, aren't they? There's really nothing we can do about it. It's not a war, so we can't call in allies against them. It's just gonna happen. But we will remember this. Who is that? Ife? Oh yeah, we're definitely conquering you first as soon as we're strong enough. They're gonna take some money. They don't actually take money out of our pool, but they kind of mess up our county a little bit. So
Empty your pockets.
yeah, exactly. Oh no. Oh, it's already begun. The time has come. My agents are in place. One of them will pay the assassin the very night the deed will happen. Another will ensure the wall is unguarded. A third will leave a subtle trail of candles to Ajapada Abipa's bedchamber. Everything is in place. Do it.
Oh, getting really fancy with the candles. Yeah, get it done.
Yeah. It seems to have been difficult to get Ajapada Abipa by himself, but once the assassin finally did, he was not long for this world. Thankfully, my involvement in the crime remains unknown. I do love surprise visits.
Good.
So just like that, this land is now Benin as well. So we are above our domain limit right now, which I think means it's about time to give some land to our son. Now we have 1590 troops. Oh, and now you've got problems, buddy. I'm gonna wait for him to finish raiding and retreat and maybe go somewhere else, just because if I raise up my troops while he's in our land, he's just gonna ambush us now, so we'll wait. My agents have... Oh, I should start... Now that that assassination is done, I should assassinate this guy's son as well. Our agents have scheduled a journey for Nana Olumide, which will take them through dark woods. All that is missing is the band of thugs that will tragically slay them in a highway robbery gone wrong. I can already imagine blood seeping into the dark soil. So this one we have a lower chance of. We only have a 50% success chance, and if it happens, there's a 1/3 chance that the scheme gets discovered. Or we can give ourselves another 3 months to work on it, maybe get an event where we can boost the success chance and not kill him right now.
Let's wait.
All right.
We'll
wait, because we got this
out.
war we have to do too, so we don't want to have to grab too much all at once. So, horsemen. So, and then we can call our ally in even potentially. So this will be good. We'll just wait for him to go back to his territory, and I think now's the time. The Holy War music is better, but this is not bad too. Oh no. Damn it. The existence of our plot to kill this guy has been discovered. While my involvement is not yet known, this will make it a lot more difficult to bring my plans to fruition. So, we've gone down to extremely low chances to kill this guy. That's not good. But maybe what we did already will be enough, perhaps. Oh, but our Chancellor made him like us, so I guess that's something. I can barely contain my glee as I find Nudong, Nana Alumide's concubine, waiting for me with a small equipage. If I could get her to help me in my scheme. You sent word that you wanted to see me, my lord? So we can use our diplomacy to attempt to convince this lady, who actually has good intrigue, to lose opinion of him, potentially become an agent in our scheme, which actually might help. 80% chance to,
Yeah, let's do it.
She believes me. So, does that mean she'll join me as an agent? She can now be convinced if we bribe her. So...
What's she asking?
So, this lady up here is actually asking for less. Fatumata, who is his spy master. Oh, we're definitely going for that. If you can bribe the spy master to help you, you've just won. That's still going to be tough. We're going to kill his son, actually. Pretty much guaranteed at this point. So, he's dead.
Dancing in the moonlight.
Yep. And now it's this child who we also have a 95% chance of killing, I believe. Yep.
He has an heir too. What?
What?
The kid had an heir. Primary heir.
Oh shit. Is he not gonna... We're third in line? So what, is that... So it's gonna go to... Oh, that's weird. I thought I traced the line of succession properly. Well... No reason we can't just kill some more people.
Yeah.
I mean... We'll kill whoever we have. As long as we live, we're gonna keep trying. Like... We're only limited by our character's lifetime because our son is not good at intrigue, so he's not going to be able to kill anybody. But we'll milk this 63-year-old for as long as we can. Ajapada Ayatise's marshal is an ignorant man, and as I find myself in his company, I'm at first wary. However, I soon realize that he is not as averse to my company as I first thought. Make friends with his marshal, which I don't know if that would really benefit us. I mean, we're at 95% chance already.
Don't need your friendship.
Our allies doing good work, kicking them out of our territory while we siege theirs. Yeah, so sieges are going to take a really long time till we get onagers, which are the first siege weapons. But I think the canoes are a priority. Oh shit! This kid's in prison.
What the fuck did he do?
I don't know. Maybe he got someone just raided him. Maybe he got kidnapped. Yeah, his capital got raided and he got captured in the fight. So. Yeah. I mean, we can still kill him from in prison somehow. Maybe they're, like, moving the prisoner, so we're gonna get someone to kill him in the forest. Nudong is preparing a special trip for young Ayatise. The child trusts he will be brought on an enjoyable day in the forest. Ayatise will unfortunately get lost and be impossible to find before nightfall. Oh, he was so young, too. A child lost in the forest. It happens tragically often. Ajapada Ayatise is dead. The search went long into the night before it was called off and reconvened at dawn. It was only then that the body was found, bloodied, mangled, and torn after an attack by some vicious, hungry beast. At least I hope it was a beast's doing. Thankfully, everyone agrees it is a terrible tragedy, and my involvement in the existence of any scheme remains unknown. And they say children are the future, and they say chivalry is dead. Killing kids in this game actually gives you stress to kind of balance it out a little bit, unless your character is like sadistic or just so like evil that they wouldn't realistically care. But we don't have any evil traits, so we're actually going to take some stress from that, which I think is going to lead us to another mental break. Yeah, okay. But we're just at level 1 stress again, so we just have the fertility penalty, no health penalty from it. An Ajapada to scare, a local mystic with dubious morals and a fabricated omen. Perfect. Before the mystic leaves for Aloyede's court, there is but one question. Will my false omen be of fortune or of doom? A bad omen for a bad Ajapada. If we believe he's easier to affect with bad news, we could give him a health penalty because he's scared, and we gain progress in the murder scheme. But if that only makes him more vigilant, we'll lose progress in the murder scheme. Or if we give him a good omen, we could give him he'll gain health, or if we believe he's likelier to believe good news. He's paranoid, so I actually think he would probably believe bad news more easily than good news. He's compassionate, paranoid, and generous, so we can go for that, and that'll be good. Yep, so now he has a health penalty. He's in his 30s, so I don't think he'll just keel over on his own, but With the recent upset among the peasants of Ibadan, one of my agents has presented a unique suggestion for taking care of Ajapada Oloyede. With coin in the right pockets and agitators on every corner, we could stage an entire riot while the Ajapada is passing through the streets. So, coin flip chance of killing him, and then a 1/3 chance of getting discovered.
Uh,
He's got 2 sons now, too. This is a lot of
oh,
murder.
yikes. Yeah, flip the coin now.
Alright.
We gotta act quickly.
He survived. My agitators successfully riled them up, but when the mob started rioting, Oloyede's soldiers cut them down. The survivors fled in terror as the Ajapada made his way back to the castle. Many peasants were hanged, and my agitators confessed to my involvement. Uh-oh. So
What? They just like give us up?
Yeah. So our
We need
murder
better agitator.
yeah, our murder scheme ended. We gained some dread. So dread is actually an awesome mechanic because like in our last campaign, we were pieces of shit the entire time, but that just made people dislike us and more likely to rebel. Dread, if you do like terrible things like execute people, torture people, like openly murder people in a way that can be traced back to you, yes, people will dislike you because you're a bad person, but they'll also be scared of you. So at certain thresholds, if people are scared of you, they won't act against you even though they want to because they hate you, because they're too scared. So that's like the silver lining. We got a little bit of dread because people know that we're willing to murder people to get what we want now. But he's gonna hate us.
Huh.
But we're stronger than him, so it doesn't matter. And there we go. May wisdom ever elude you. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. So now we take Ife, and we have a nice connected Benin. What's his line of succession? Oh, his kids, then us. Works for me.
I was trying to start this run with less murdering, but I think we've plotted to kill like this is like the 3rd kid now.
I mean, we can stop. I mean, we're
No. We need the land first,
we're
and
pretty,
then we can be good guys.
I think we're pretty secure now. Like once we have 1800, which I think is actually stronger than anyone around us at this point. Borgu can match us, but not really anybody else. So we could stop with the murder if we want now, both for being a better person and for stressing ourselves out less. Because we've got the land, we've got the troops.
Let's take Ibadan and then stop killing people.
Okay.